Welcome everybody. We're gonna connect it up. All right, 1 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top. YouTube up in here. October 21st. Live stream it up. So wait for everybody to join here. Talk about The Walking Dead Season 9, Episodes 1, 2, 3. Some spoilers, a bunch of stuff. So obviously, spoiler warning if you're checking this on the replay. Spoiler warning, don't know what you don't want to know. Just want to tell you that I'm going to be talking about some things. Going to be answering a bunch of questions. What's up, Gamma, Janet, William, Protected Lion, and a bunch of people joining now. The connection hopefully will be all right. But I'm excited for tonight's episode. If you know this channel, you know that the spoilers came out very, very early. They were out like Monday, I believe, which is crazy to think that usually they would come out Thursday or Friday for the Sunday episode, but we found out Monday, and it's just crazy to think that people would have seen episode 902, got the spoilers for episode 903 before other places even got to see it on television. So, Michael Mellon from Northern Ireland, pretty cool, guys. So, thank you guys for joining me today and always. I appreciate it. I always truly appreciate the support and the kind words and the chat, the questions, super chat, live chat, whatever you guys want to do. Always welcome for that. And yeah, I'm excited. William Lee jumping out the gate. Have you heard Dwayne? It's D-U-A-N-E, is rumored to return in the season finale. So I don't know where all this came from all of a sudden, but IMDB, the Internet Movie Database, which was hilarious to me that someone didn't know what IMDB and had the nerve to comment that you should explain what IMDB is. So I don't know what people know, but either way, IMDB has a bunch of things posted for Season 9, the back half of Season 9, Episodes 14, 15, and 16. And just to be clear, IMDB, which is the Internet Movie Database, stands for IMDB, is not a reliable source. They get some things right, but more things wrong. I saw them back in the day, used to check them as a source. They're not that good of a source. Everyone's freaking out because they're like, oh, we see Austin Emilio, who plays Dwight, in episodes 14, 15, and 16. We see Dwayne's son in episode 16. We see this, we see that. So I don't know where this came from, who said that it was a reliable source, who said it was good, who said it was that. But ultimately, I doubt Dwayne comes back unless he is a flashback, but he's connected with Morgan. I doubt we're going to see Morgan in the Season 9 finale. You never know, but it's highly unlikely. Is Rick going to be there? We don't know because they haven't had a chance to film that yet. They're wrapping up episode 914, probably going to start episode 915 this week, and then episode 916 will be in November. Janet, I have not had a chance to see the pregnant walker, but I think I know, are you talking about with the logs and when they're coming down? A lot of people think that there's a whisperer there, and I don't think it is. I don't think that there's a whisperer. I don't think we've seen a whisperer yet to our knowledge or that was pointed out to us within, evidence. It might have been there, might have not, but they're not drawing us to a person, a whisperer, a walker on there too. But I just don't know what to say about it. I know a lot of people are thinking that a walker or a whisperer is running away from the logs, but it's a draw out picture, and that you see it from an outside, far away zoom out perspective, and it's Nabila in the purple, pink shirt, whatever, with the headscarf on, and Nabila's right there. So I know that a lot of people are hoping that they're whisperers, but I just haven't seen it be a reliable thing that we've seen them yet. I just don't know when the whispers are going to come around exactly. Is it episode 904, 905, 906? Are we getting a second time jump? But either way, the whispers are going to be here, just like all you guys. No, the whispers are coming. We're just not sure exactly when it is. So I know a lot of people want the whispers to come, and I do too, but I don't want it to be rushed either. I don't want the whispers to come around and ruin the idea of Rick's goodbye unless it's connected one way or another on there too. So Dallas Bates, shout out for Dallas Bates. But so we're going to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9 Episode 3, talk about some other topics. Walker Stalker Atlanta is next week, going to be in Senoia, Hopefully we'll check out some filming. I don't know if they're going to be in filming around there because the convention is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll see how it goes down. I know some people will be at the convention. Nobody really big is going to be there Friday, but Norman Reedus and the rest of the crew will be there Saturday and Sunday. I know Denai Guerrera is there on Saturday, I believe, just Saturday. She usually does just one day, but I'm not sure what is going to happen there too. Yeah, Kevin Wilson. He thinks I need a spoiler alert clear before we click. Otherwise, you ruin it for people. That's all. Yeah, so in the title, Kevin and everybody else, it says The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 3, a discussion, theory, spoilers, and news, plus Walking Dead Season 9 news. So it says spoilers in the title. So again, spoiler warning, you've been warned. Man, people are just really smart with this spoiler stuff. But either way, spoilers will be talked about here, like tonight's episode. Justin is killed. We will find out who killed Justin, and it's going to be the Oceanside girls. Is it Cindy? Is it Beatrice? Is it anyone there? I think it's going to be one of them. Oceanside is connected with that. Oceanside is not messing around, and I kind of like that. They're going to say that Oceanside, it's the idea that Oceanside is getting the clear idea to take out any people she had a problem with after Maggie has killed Gregory. Is that okay of Oceanside? I don't know. I think so, because I don't like the Saviors, and the Saviors can go. Arat, didn't like her back in Season 7. She's a long time coming. She should have been killed, probably by Rosita. I would have liked to have seen that be better after Rosita got cut in the face by her, getting a little revenge. I would be okay with that. Justin, I'm glad he's killed off. He came in episode 901. 902, we found out he's terrible. 903, he probably died at the end of episode 902. But 903, he's going to be dead. Pretty awesome. I like how they're not messing around. And that was my biggest complaint about Season 7, is that the Saviors came around, and we found out they were terrible. And then they took the guns, and they took the beds, and then they burned the beds, and then they took their stuff, and they didn't even use it. And then they were terrible. And then they were terrible again. And Davey, and more terrible. And this one. And Rick and the group were helpless. And who wants to watch that? I don't care if you like Negan or not. Who wants to watch a helpless Rick? I don't. I want to see, Rick come back around. And it took forever for that to happen, for sure. Janet Bryant, is Anne playing Gabriel? I don't know. I think Anne... We're going to find out more about Anne and Father Gabriel this episode. Anne is making side deals with the helicopter people. Is it Georgie's group? Is it the Commonwealth? Is it somebody else? What does A and B stand for? I liked it. I don't know if Ellis or someone's in here. He posts some comments on the different videos. I like the idea of A being alive and B being bitten. So it's an A or a B. Some people think it's alpha or a beta, but I don't really know if that matters if you're an alpha personality or not, because when Anne was going to take Negan on the helicopter, she was going to have the walker bite Negan. So I would think it was going to be alive or bitten. It makes a big thing, because I think it makes sense that the helicopter people are using either the people for some resource. They're using them for workers, or they're doing something with the walkers or the people that are going to turn into walkers. That would be kind of crazy if they were trying to work on a cure, if they were trying to use something with the walkers, like weaponize them or not. But we'll find out a little bit more about it, about this helicopter stuff, right? So Jadis, I think, wants to be with Father Gabriel somewhat. Father Gabriel follows her to the junkyard, and I think she goes by Jadis to the helicopter people. I don't think she's known as Anne to them. So I want to know what's happening with Father Gabriel and them too. It might be a problem that Father G has to, sneaks up on Anne, and Anne doesn't know what to do. So then she knocks him out, and then she's like, look, you can come with me, but we got to leave. We got to get out of here. And then Father Gabriel's like, well, I'm going to tell Rick, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know if we get a conclusion to that storyline, but it's kind of cool setting up more stuff in episode 904. And I like that they're setting things up. They're answering some things, and they're also setting some things up. Episode 903 should be a good episode. I'm very excited for it. Episode 901 was good. 902, I think, was a little better. 903 is getting going, too. We don't know much about 904, besides a couple things that we saw from the Spoiling Dead fans over the summer from filming, that we may see a connection with Heath, Not actually Heath or Corey Hawkins, because I don't think he's actually filmed since season 7, but we'll see some for that too. So, Ali Turney, I saw your question about who kills Rick. We don't know. We don't know what happens with that. There's a lot of conflicting reports, a lot of stuff. We just don't know what to believe, what not to believe. Is it theories? Is it leaked information? We had a video that is spreading like wildfire from our channel and probably a bunch of different channels that some place called Soap Dirt is saying that they have leaked information and they have stuff that's been this from spoiler sites and spoiler this and spoiler that. But to me, it just sounds like theory based on what the trailer. Like, would you want to see Jed, who is a savior that we just saw this season? He wasn't even in episode 901. He was in episode 902. We'll see him in episode 903. And then in 2 episodes later, he kills Rick or shoots Rick. That doesn't kill him, but he dies because of the bullet, so he basically kills him by the shot. I think that's all theory. I would not want to see that. I do not want the saviors to be responsible for killing Rick Grimes. I do not want to see that at all. If anyone's going to kill Rick Grimes, I want Rick to go out with machine guns and just mowing people down, and he runs out of bullets, and then he gets killed that way or something. I just don't want to see Rick be killed in a pointless way, especially from a no-name savior like Jed, which I'm just not agreed with that. I don't want to see that. But the writers are going to do what they're going to do. They've already made a lot of stupid calls as of recently. Carl's situation is what I could see here too. Also the Madison situation. Madison, for those who watch Fear, that whole character arc was just weird. Season 4 just did not do a lot for that character, and it just wasn't good for the show what the whole Madison conclusion was. Rick, I don't want to see that too. I want to see him get shot or get stabbed or do that. I think the best thing to do is have him introduce the Whisperers. I don't think the Whisperers are connected with the helicopter. I think the Whisperers are going to be around the bridge. When the bridge finally gets completed, which, did you catch in episode 902, Eugene said in 6 to 9 days or something like that, it was a couple days, that they're going to complete the bridge. They should be done in that time frame. So that'll probably be around episode 904 that they actually finish the bridge. I think that's when it's going to happen, because I don't think they finished the bridge here. And when they finish the bridge, they're going to get to the other side. And I believe the bridge is a connection with the Whisperer's boundaries. So maybe it was the storm that destroyed the bridge. Maybe it was the Whisperers. Maybe it was walkers. Maybe it was a combination of everything. But I think the Whisperers will be coming sooner than later. A lot of people are connected with the show more and more now. And the ratings, I got to talk about a little bit. A lot of people think that the ratings are killing the show and the ratings are pretty bad. But the ratings are actually, well, don't you find it very interesting that AMC and The Walking Dead have the lowest ratings ever the same season that they introduced AMC Premiere? Coincidence? I think not. I think it is connected with that. I think more people are watching AMC Premiere. Also, there's a little restaurant called Nick and Norman's that has a watch party every Sunday. None of those people in that restaurant count towards the ratings and the viewers. The viewers aren't going to be called that. I'm sure people have viewing parties where one household might have 20 people in there instead of 20 households. And enough people do that, I think it adds up. So the show to get 4, 6 million, 8 million, whatever. If you get 4 million episodes live viewership, that's going to keep the show along for a long, long time. I'm not worried about the show being canceled for that. I don't care about the ratings and the viewership on there too. I care about good quality content. And I think this season has been very good. I think Angela Kang and the writers have hopefully learned from their mistakes. Season 7, Season 8, how to progress the story on and how to continue on with it. So I think that The Walking Dead should be on for a long time. I don't want to see it on for another 20 years. I would love for it to be in the idea of it being a couple more seasons there too. So Genie57, second time, Commonwealth is only in Great Britain and 52 other states, but not in America. Don't know what you're talking about, but Virginia is considered a Commonwealth state. So that could be the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth is a name of the Ohio community out of the comics. So that's the Commonwealth. Don't know what you're talking about there, Jeannie. Of course, we got people like that already posting great comments. But I'm excited for tonight's episode. Hopefully you guys are too. I'm going to be watching that. It's basically a countdown to, the Rick Grimes final episode, his final episodes. And I thought it was pretty... Dr. Fisher, not going to buy your book, so please stop trying to sell it. Talk Walking Dead only, please. Thank you. So, Dr. Fisher, let's talk about this for a second because we got great people like this all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm getting a rash of that on Instagram, but I got to talk about Dr. Fisher here, which is great. Says, not going to buy your book. Why not? Why don't you want to do it? Why are you totally against it already? So, stop trying to sell it? Well, I'm proud of my book series. I'm very proud of it. I think it's a great series. I think it's a good connection. And maybe if you read it, you might like it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you don't, but you got to try it or not. Talking Dead only, please. So the PT channel is not a Walking Dead only channel. My Instagram is not a Walking Dead only channel. And I'm going to post whatever I want. I'm going to make videos about whatever I want. I'm going to talk about things that whatever I want. And if people want to join me and go along for the ride, you're more than welcome to. But Dr. Fisher and everybody else like that are going to tell me what to do and you're not going to be a ride or die person, then I got nothing for you. And I don't know why you're here on that, but bye-bye. So I'm glad a person like Dr. Fisher is going to be posting stuff like that in here because I've had some people like today. I posted a picture of 2 horses in around my area that people want to read and read my book. And there's a connection with it. There's some horses. There's some pretty cool stuff like that. And I'm like, I posted a picture there. About an hour or so after that, someone's like, your book thing, stop posting there. I love your videos, but I'm not trying to be rude. It's pretty crazy. So it's just ridiculous on there too. I'm not trying to come across everything on there too with it, but I'm excited about the series on there too. So Zane, I think the first book is $11.99. You can get them on Kindle real cheap. On Kindle, the first book's 99 cents, but the paperback version is $11.99. I'm trying to get it down lower. I'm talking with Create Space and the Amazon people that I'm trying to get it down for lower for that too. So for the holidays, I'm going to try and get it down to closer to 11 bucks or even $10.99 or something for it too. But I'm trying to get it lower and lower, guys. I don't make all the money from selling the books. Like I don't get 100% of the profits. I'm here to post the book series of, I'm writing the book series and I get about, 45 to 50% margins on that too. So if you're selling the book for not even, I think about it now too, because there's they have to make the book and do that and all that stuff. So it's much smaller than I get. I'm not getting all of it for that. So, but it's a zombie apocalypse book series and I love talking about it. So I'm sorry, but, yeah, the book series, you can actually, if you go into the description of this here, if you scroll down, you can see the Fight for Us Legacy is my latest book. Then you have Weaponize, hold on, Legacy, and then you have Keeper, Weaponize, and then you see the first book there. There's links there to the Amazon in the description on that too, and I try to put those in every video for it, but just trying to have that in there too. So thanks, Gamma. I'm busy. I'm definitely a little too busy at times, but I'm loving the idea. Hard work pays off, and M King's my guy. M King has read you're definitely all my guys, but M King supports the book series all the time, and he's bought all 8 books, and he's all about them, and he wants me to write book 9 for this year, and I really wish I could, but I want to get that done right, because that was the problem with it before. I rushed it. The editing sucked. The grammar was terrible. It wasn't right. It wasn't complete, but I rushed it out because I was very excited, but almost a little too excited. Like Tommy Boy, like pretty new pet, excited, too excited. So then I got to take my time with the editing and the grammar to do that. So I think 2 books a year is the right way to do it for that for sure. So Mike Reiser, Bride, do you consider Lydia a whisperer? Yes, I consider her a whisperer. She's Alpha's daughter. So Alpha, Beta, Lydia, Delta, Gamma. No. Whatever these names are, they're definitely going to be. Lydia is going to be an interesting character because I want to see how she connects with Henry, which is going to be that too. So Henry is going to be the new Carl storyline with Lydia. Not sure if it's going to be the new Carl, but he's going to have that new storyline for sure with it. So Dallas Bates, what is your favorite book you wrote? That's a good question. before I thought it was books 3 and 4, but as of late, I don't know. I really like Weaponize and I really like Legacy. Legacy is my latest book, but I think it's between Weaponize and Legacy. So books 7 and 8, between those are my favorites now. Just putting it together and the stories unfolding on there too. So are you watching AMC's Fright Fest or whatever it's called this year for Halloween movies? I finally got, but when Bry started to add people, I watched 28 Days Later. Finally, I got to watch the whole entire show. And I watched it on AMC's app on my Fire Stick. And you can watch it on demand on AMC, the movies on there too. And I can see where Kirkman got some of the things from the 28 Days Later. And I don't want to give anything away. It's actually a pretty good movie of a zombie movie from the early 2000s. It was pretty cool. I like the idea. For the zombie apocalypse, and it was pretty cool. It was a nice little story that I could see where things came. So if you haven't seen 28 Days Later, I definitely recommend it. I still love Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead a little better, but I want to see 28 Weeks Later is the sequel to that. I want to check out that. I got to find that somewhere too. So Anthony Darwin, love your channel, watching from England. Do you think Dwight will be connected to the Whisperers? I hope so. I hope Dwight comes back as a whisperer. I hope Sherry is there or was there. Snooky on a pike. Snooky, Jersey up in the house. Snooky, like Snooky, what's her? The chick from Jersey Shore. She's getting on there. That'd be pretty funny. But I think that Dwight needs to come back at some point. I want to see Kevin Wilson, why talking other films? I'm leaving. Okay, great. Well, I'm talking about that because I watched it yesterday. So it's Walking Dead related because I was talking about, how it could connect with it. So, but Jesus. So we got a lot of things going in there too. So the Walking Dead comic is coming out in a couple weeks, but hopefully you're up on the comics. Walker Stalker Atlanta is this weekend. So a lot of people are there except Andrew Lincoln. And it sucks because Andrew Lincoln would only do Atlanta and or London. And I think he's done with the conventions now. I don't know. I'm going to have the panels. I'm going to get as much video as I can. I've been working on a bunch of other videos, when I met and saw a bunch of celebrities on the cruises and the conventions. I'm getting that video together to have a little hodgepodge there too. Hopefully you guys have checked out my penny video, the Walking Dead penny pincher at Woodbury, the Woodbury shop in Senoia. I'll be there this week coming up. I'll be in Senoia. So next Sunday, I won't be able to do a live stream for you guys. So hopefully I'll have the spoilers out sooner than later. Hopefully all that stuff comes out, and I'll be having the spoilers for you, the good information, a bunch of things for The Walking Dead. I'll be having videos up all the way Monday through Thursday. Hopefully get one up Friday, maybe Saturday. But I might not have any videos until the Monday I get back from the convention stuff. So it's going to be a little crazy weekend. And I don't know what other channels do. I haven't seen anybody there, even though I did meet and see Brandon Davis from comicbook.com on the Walker Stalker cruise and a couple conventions. So I met him, but I haven't seen any other YouTubers there, Walking Dead YouTubers or anybody there at other conventions that I've been to. And I've been to Orlando, Atlanta, Nashville a bunch of times. So I'm going to have a bunch of good information for you guys too. So we're getting closer to our goal of 100,000 subscribers. We're approaching 67,000 because of awesome people like yourself. So I appreciate you guys taking the time and really just being involved with the channel. And I really want that too. And it's pretty funny when people say that they're kind of surprised when I respond back to their comments and their questions, because I guess other people don't. And that's kind of messed up because we're a big family and a community here too. So I would like to have, that feel. Kimberly, maybe Andy will sneak in since Scott passed away. They're doing a memorial to him since he's from Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know. Andy Lincoln is usually there, because people have either gold or platinum passes, and that's how you get an autograph or a picture with Andrew Lincoln. You have to have a gold, at least a pass. And I usually have general admission, so I never have that. I do. And they also let us know that they have an Andrew Lincoln panel Sunday mornings the previous years, and that's not happening. And they've said that Andrew Lincoln will not be at the convention. The Walker Stalker people, James and a couple other people said that Andrew Lincoln will not be attending, which sucks too. So Where was that question? Sorry, Chazzer. I'm sorry. I just got off on a little tangent there because people were crazy about that. Chazzer Wilco, theory. Dwight creating a group of saviors or whisperers, taking saviors for their group or saviors trying to free Negan. So a lot of or. So I think Dwight should be a whisper, and I would love to see that. Because in the comics, Dwight runs the sanctuary. And he has a hard time doing it, and he's kind of that. But Daryl being on the show, he was running the sanctuary. And now Carol is a drastically different comic character, and she's running the sanctuary. I think Dwight connected with the Whispers is a nice twist, and I would like that to happen. So what I picture is Dwight is going to be a Whisper, and Negan is going to escape his jail cell. Maybe, what would be crazy if Negan gets out of the jail cell, and Maggie just lets him out? Maggie and Daryl just let Negan out. That would be kind of crazy. That would be pretty weak, but also crazy. But say Negan gets out somehow. He goes to the Whispers like he does in the comic. He talks to Alpha, he talks to Beta, and he talks to all them. And who's there? Dwight. And he's like, whoa, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? How'd you get out? And all that stuff. You're alive, and it's just kind of crazy, that interaction. Dwight, Negan, and the Whispers. I would just love to see that too. How old do you think Henry is? Because Comic Carl and Lydia seem way older in the comics. Well, Henry is going to have a time jump, so we're going to have an older Henry when Henry meets Lydia. So I think he'll be around 16 or 17 years old when they meet each other, too. So M. King is going to Walker Stalker. I am. I'll be there on Sunday. Very on there, too. T-Ray, great channel here. Thank you. Thank you. MZ93, how many of the actors have you met from The Walking Dead? I met a lot. As I make this video across the room, I have a picture with my wife with the Dixon brothers. I met Norman Reedus and Michael Rucker. I met Denai Guerrera. I met Melissa McBride. I met Michael Cutlitz, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Tom Payne, John Bernthal, Kari Payton, Lauren Cohan. Bunch. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head who we met. It's been a lot of people, and I'm hopefully going to meet Jerry Cooper Andrews coming up, but I think I'm going to try to meet a couple more people, and I don't think I'll ever get to meet Andrew Lincoln because he's definitely tough to meet on there too. So, yes, Uncle Creepy, don't forget the note Dwight found with the sign. Yes, the infinity sign. That is a very important thing because that is around Alpha's belt. Why would that be there? Because it's a nice Easter egg to show that. I think it'd be pretty cool. I wanted to see that, what the connection is there too. So Kimberly is going to Atlanta too, and they're going to be in Senoia Friday. I will be in Senoia on Friday as well. Hopefully I'll be able to meet you guys. I'll be the guy with the video camera. My wife and my dad will be there too. We're going to go to Nick and Norman's, hopefully sometime in the afternoon. It gets pretty crazy, pretty packed. I recommend putting your name down on the Table Talk app or something. It's some app that they use from their thing to put your name on there if you're going to try to eat there, because it can take hours to get a table at Nick and Norman's. It's a very small place, and it's going to be packed because the convention, people are going to be in town. It's going to be a lot of people in Senoia, Atlanta at the convention as well too. I'm just hoping that a lot of people will be at the convention on Friday when I'm there too. So yeah, no. Jasky Murder 101 CSR2. No, I'm not trying to brag. I just had the ability and the luxury and the good times to meet a lot of people as well. Some of the best people, probably the best person I met was John Bernthal. And Tom Payne was pretty cool. Michael Cutlass has been awesome. A lot of people have been great. I can't say anything bad about any of the cast I've met. That's for sure. Everyone's been pretty awesome. What do you have to eat? Burger? Yeah, I'll probably eat a burger from Nick and Norman's. That's what I had last year when I was there. But the burger is good. My dad got the meatloaf. He said that was good. And I forget what my wife got. But we've had a good meal. It's a little pricier because it's, touristy. But it's definitely good. It's cool. I got a t-shirt last year. I got some, bands, some bracelets on there too. And going to go buy some stuff hopefully at this shop and then put some in my mystery boxes. So I'll have a bunch of those mystery boxes for the holidays coming up. And just let me know if you're interested in getting one of those. I'll have a lot of that video. A lot of that stuff for a good video for you too. So Janet, Brian, do you think Daryl will go off to live by himself after Rick's exit? I don't think so. I think Daryl is going to be helpful with Carol. I think Daryl's going to go kind of nomad for a little bit. But I think he's going to be helping Michonne, and he's going to be a big character. He's going to be involved with Henry and Michonne and Carol and just being the leader of there too. You know, I just think Rick dies in 905, and I think who's going to step up? Daryl. And you could say that Daryl and Maggie are wrong this season, but I think they're right. I'm on their side. I don't think they've done anything wrong. I think the Whisperers are dangerous. The Whisperers, well, they are. But the Saviors are dangerous. And the people, not every Savior is dangerous. But the ones like Justin was terrible. People that are opposing them, that can rally enough people against them. It's just going to be a tough gig on there, too. So I'm hoping that the Saviors got to go, especially all the annoying people on there too. Yeah, $27.50 burger. Well, I don't think it's $27.50, but it's expensive on there too. It might be like $14 or $15. You can check out nickandnormans.com. You can see the prices for what it is on there. But I got the shirts and I got all the stuff last time, so we'll see if there's any deals. I'll bring some stuff back and get some boxes for you guys if you guys want to, you know, check out some stuff. I got some good stuff already. I got some Funko Pops that I'm trying to put in some boxes on there too for you guys. But it'll be a lot of fun stuff. But the future of The Walking Dead is bright. I know there's a lot of people saying I'm giving up on the show. Probably nobody in here. But do people want the show to go away? I don't. Of course not. I want the show to be, you know, a good quality content. You know, The Walking Dead has been a part of my life for a long time, and all of our lives for a long time. And Sundays will be, you know, pretty weak without the show. You know, it's going to suck next year when it's the Walking Dead, when the Game of Thrones is gone, and that's gone, and we'll have Fear of the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, and eventually The Walking Dead will be gone. And what are we going to just do on Sundays? Watch just football? No, come on. We need something quality entertainment there too. Chazer, would you like to be a walker ever? I probably wouldn't be a walker because Georgia is hot. That weather is hot. They got to wear masks or long clothes and long shirts and contacts, and you can't see, and you'd be sweating. And I'd be sweating too bad. I'd be sweating just working in the yard for a couple hours, and I'd be dying in the heat, Georgia heat, 100-some degrees, wearing a mask on your head. No way, man. I couldn't do it. But if you notice all the walkers too, they're always wearing long sleeve shirts and other shirts and all that stuff too, you know? And it's like, not everybody would have a long sleeve button down shirt. They would have a t-shirt or no shirt or there too. And of course we get those from time to time, but more than that, they're wearing the worst clothing as walkers, you know? And I guess they have to do that because of the, you know, the shirts and the branding and stuff that they couldn't have. They would get in trouble for, you know, the rights on there too. But it's just kind of funny that like some of these outfits that the walkers are wearing on there too. So yeah, it'd be hell. It was hell being a walker. Yeah, that's what I hear. Mike 35, whose girlfriend said it was hell being a walker. I know some people that have done it, and I just know that it would be super hot playing a walker in Georgia in the summertime. And you'd be like, oh man, and you don't make that much money. You're making minimum wage. So you're trying to hope to get overtime and stuff on there too. And, you know, I've done 2 Atlanta movie tours. We're doing the third one on this Saturday coming up. And you hear inside information about being a walker on the show from previous seasons. And it doesn't sound fun. It doesn't sound fun to be, you know, a grunt person on there wearing some long clothes and a mask in the heat. People be passing out on there too. It'd be terrible on there for sure. Yeah, Janet, Brian, the reason I ask because a future episode has Carol looking for an old friend isolated from people. Can't remember the exact wording. Yeah, that's the synopsis on there too. So it could be Daryl. It could be, you know, what if it's Henry or something goes out? She's looking for Henry or something because, you know, Ezekiel and Henry are going to be the surrogate parents for Henry, you know. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I want to know how episode 907 is because that's the episode that Michael Cutlitz directed. So that'd be interesting to see, you know, what happens with that and how well he does because I think he's going to do a great job. I hope so, at least in there too. So now, Mike, the walkers, there's different levels of walkers. There's the hero walker, which is the most paid. They're the close-up walkers with the makeup and the prosthetics and everything. And then another walker level, and then the third walker level. And if you're the highest walker level, you can get a couple $100 for the day. If you're the lower one, you'll get, probably $8 an hour, maybe. So it's not much money. You might, if you're lucky, you'll get $100 for the day. If you're a bigger walker, you'll get paid a lot more for it too. So that's what I hear from what people have done it. I have not. I know some people that have, and they love it. It's probably a cool thing to do, but you can't really make a living off of there too. Yeah, Chaz, a great question. Tudor, I don't know. I haven't seen Tudor. He always asks some great questions. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. But on there for sure. But did you hear Arctic Legend here? The question, Dwayne returning. Yeah, IMDB is the thing we talked about early on, and I'm sure some people who just joined that we don't know about Dwayne. So IMDB is where people got that information, and I'm not sure who posts on IMDB, who it is, why it is, but IMDB is not the most reliable source, and they're not filming episode 916 yet. At the earliest, they just started episode 915. So I doubt they would have anybody posted on there that's going to be in the episode. And I doubt anybody of AMC, anybody would put that up there, because that would be a huge leak, a huge information that we're going to see Dwayne in one way or another. And if we do, I think it would make sense to be what the future could have been if Morgan's son survived, Morgan's wife survived, if Lori survived, if people survived on there too. I just think that would be how we would see it. But Morgan's not involved with the show right now, so I don't know how it would work out on there. So why don't Walker's teeth fall out, Big Sexy? Great question. Because it's a show and they need to fill the space. I don't know. I think that the Walkers would have terrible vision. They would be slow. Their muscles would be giving out. The teeth would be rotting out. Their bones would be brittle. Their skulls would be easy. You could probably cut it. You could probably scoop out their brain with a spoon by if a walker was there for so long, because without blood supply and the right thing, you would have necrotic tissue, and that would mean that there would be a lot of death of the tissue. And so the walkers would be walking around necrotic tissue, and they would fall apart on there too. But the fresh walkers and the new kills would take some time. But I don't know how long the zombie apocalypse has been going on, but after a while, it would be pretty interesting too. So I hate to bring up the idea of a different book, but I thought about a different book series, and I have for a while. So I'm going to continue on with the Fight for Us book series. That's going to go on for many more years. Don't worry about that. I have ideas for years for that. But I'm thinking about a separate series that could connect with that series too. But I might go into that a little bit down the road, but I thought about a good thing for that. And I like the idea of the, book series connecting. I like everything coming together, and I like the idea of The Walking Dead connecting eventually. But I can't really connect the book series with that because I don't own it, but my book series with Fight for Us would have little Easter eggs in there too. So that would be pretty cool. Some big things are happening for the channel, the series, the show, and everything there too. But let's talk about episode 903 a little bit more, guys. So 903 is going to be very good. We're going to find out some good things. We're going to see a bunch of connections from prior seasons, which I'm glad because, yeah, sick as malaria. Dwight is the new Morales. That's true. If you think about it, Morales was there in episode 1, 2, 3. I think it was the first 3 episodes, maybe 4 episodes. And then he was gone. Came back in season 8, which was crazy. Didn't make sense. It was stupid. It was dumb. And then Dwight came around in season 6. Really left at the end of season 8. Haven't seen him. It's been early in season 9, but there's been no reports of him. So where is he? So Sherry, Heath, Dwight, they're the new MIA characters. And I guess Heath before that too. So Heath's kind of the new Morales more than anything there too. So Kimberly G, do you think Dwight will find Sherry? I hope so. I definitely hope that happens. I want to see that connection. I want to see them come back around. And I know Austin Emilio could be back filming, so there's just been no word of that. But I want to see that The Walking Dead continue on for a long time. I want to see it be good, though. I don't want it to be on for anything that's crappy, though. Everything The Walking Dead, I think Heath is supposed to be in episode 904. I don't think Heath is. I think what we had from the Spoiling Dead fans is that we're going to see the little RV that Tara and Heath were in. I don't think we're actually going to see Heath on there, too. So I want to see how stuff connects. I want to see how the show continues on after Rick, before Rick, and after Rick. We'll see how it survives or it doesn't. But I think they have a plan. I like where they're going with Abdul. Daryl and Maggie will be a couple. No, I don't see Daryl having a love interest ever on the show. Maggie, I don't think Maggie's going to have a love interest. Maggie's going to go away at some point. Maggie's going to be probably with Georgie's group somehow. I think that would make the most sense, but we'll see Maggie be around at some point, coming back around too. Mike 35, do you think you would survive in a zombie apocalypse? I would try to survive as long as I could, but a zombie apocalypse would be tough. It would definitely be a hard thing to worry about, how to survive. Food, water, shelter, security, I don't have a lot of weapons here in the house. I do have a bow staff. I do have a samurai sword. I do got that, but I don't have any guns or anything like that. So I don't know. Protection, safety, it would be kind of crazy. How far will we survive? I just don't know. It would be interesting. Will we have fast zombies, slow zombies on there too? So, M. King, did Heath even film this season? I don't think so. I haven't heard that too on there. Chazer, could you read your video idea? Where are you at? Where are you at? Q&A, Brian, can you do a video on all possible returning characters? Because from season 1 up to season 8, there must be over 50. Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't think there's 50 characters that are MIA, but a lot of characters have come and gone. A lot of people, of interest, makes sense to be around. But I don't think there's anybody really missing that big. I don't think there's anybody like, wow, that's the thing. I think the biggest things are Heath, Sherry, Dwight. Morales came back around, so I'm not sure what the big thing is for it. So, but tonight we're going to find out some good information. I like the idea of Maggie and Daryl being, not a couple, but being on the same side. And I want to see what happens because it's Rick and Michonne on one side, and if Rick goes away, you're going to have just Michonne on that side. But I would assume Michonne, Maggie, and Daryl will come together with Carol's help. I think it makes sense that are going to be pretty interesting working together. I want to see the everybody working together. Daryl and Rick have to have that fight scene. I'm guessing it's a fight scene with the motorcycle where Rick and Daryl are looking at each other, and Daryl throws down the bike. I guess after they're riding, with Daryl is riding the motorcycle or I guess it's a motorcycle with Rick on the back, and then I guess they stop at some point, and then they're going to fight because Rick throws the motorcycle down. So what happens, I was just thinking about this right now, it came into my head, I guess a possible theory, is that Daryl and Maggie go to see Negan, and they do something with Negan, and they leave, and they're walking back, or they had the motorcycle or whatever, and something happens. And so for some reason, Daryl and Rick are on the motorcycle together for whatever reason. And then Daryl and Rick are fighting. And Daryl gets beat up a little bit and whatever. And then Daryl speeds away on his motorcycle and leaves Rick alone, all alone. Rick is in the middle of the dirt path, and Rick is walking. Rick sees some walkers. He's got his axe, or maybe his Colt Python and an axe, and he's got some weapons. He can defend himself. He kills a couple, but there's more and more of them. Daryl left, but Rick's by himself. And Daryl eventually comes back around, and Rick is gone from the spot where he left him, but Rick runs into Whispers, and he gets taken out. I think that would be terrible. Daryl could feel really bad if he's responsible for Rick getting injured because he left him in their argument. But Rick gets wounded, and he ends up dying because of that. I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy. I just thought about it right now because I'm just thinking about the scene where Rick's bloody boots are. It's kind of a dirt path, kind of just like Daryl and Rick are in a dirt path when they're fighting with the motorcycle. So I'm going to check into that a little bit more. But I want to see what happens with that too. I don't know if Negan will be the new lead, Abdullah Ilyas. But Negan is going to be a bigger character, I would assume. They kept him alive for a reason, even though I think they should have got rid of him. But can Negan carry the show? I don't know. Group of Gamers Inc. 194. Thank you for the super chat. Imagine if Dwayne was recruited by the Whispers. They wore Jenny's face and turned the handle back in 1-1. So the season 1 pilot, the remix, Having My Back, season 10 family reunion. Yeah, no, that would be crazy if Dwayne was actually alive and the Whispers actually killed Jenny for Morgan's wife. And they're there, and then Morgan comes back in season 10, because I would think that Morgan's going to come back probably in season 10. So Rick will be gone in season 9, one way or another. It's his final episode, it's his final season. So whether he comes back in the season 9 finale or not, Maggie probably will come back in season 10. Hopefully Morgan comes back in season 10. So Rick's gone, but Morgan's back, Maggie's back. I don't know. It's just been kind of crazy. I don't know where people. I think a lot of people are having the idea that Dwayne could still be alive because we didn't see him die. And Morgan's so off the deep end that Morgan could have hallucinated that Dwayne died when he actually didn't. Remember? People wearing dead people's faces. But it could be crazy. Morgan, what if Dwayne was still alive somewhere and he is a Whisper? He's older and he comes back and he sees more. Like, Dwayne's a Whisper, but nobody knows who Dwayne is. Rick's gone, so no one knows that. Or Dwayne knows that Rick's alive, but, you know, Dwayne's older now, and, you know, we don't really think of it because we haven't really seen each other, but Dwayne's still alive, Rick's gone. The only person who knew Dwayne was Morgan, Rick, and Morgan's mom, but Morgan's wife, Dwayne's mom, and, you know, Morgan's there, and Morgan comes face to face with Dwayne, who's still alive. That would be crazy. But I just think Dwayne's dead. I just think he died. I don't think it's beyond there too. But the writers can do some crazy stuff. We'll see what Angela Kang wants to do. I think she's doing a very good job. It's only been 2 episodes, but from what I'm reading about episode 903, it sounds awesome. Hopefully 903, 904, 905, and the rest are pretty great. I think it can be good, and it should be good. Where's Lucille? Would you have burned Lucille? Would you have made a big thing? Would you have a big, epic showing? Saviors, everybody around, and you burn Lucille, which was already burnt, by the way, caught on fire. Lucille should be pretty much falling apart by now. She's killed a lot of people, a lot of walkers. The integrity of the bat should be breaking down, plus being caught on fire. The bat should be broken down. Would you have gotten rid of Lucille by now? How do you think Negan gets out? How do you think Negan gets out of the jail cell? You know, I initially thought Justin. Well, Justin's going to be dead this episode, so we're not going to see that. Is it Jed? Is it Laura? Is it Regina? Is it DJ? Because Arat's going to be gone. Justin's gone. We'll see who's left. But Jed, Justin, Jared, J-name saviors. You know my theory on that, for sure. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Lucille is a sign of hate and hurt. So we need to bury that, get rid of that, burn that, destroy that, move on from that. Lucille is a symbol. You know, need to get rid of that. Have a public display that say, we are one. This killed my friend or killed my, you know, husband. Maggie burns it or something on there too. So, yeah, Gamma, that's the comic connection. Lucille will break over Beta's back. That happens in the comic. And I think I like Ryan Hurst a lot. And as you know, guys, I'm watching Sons of Anarchy. And Opie is on the show. Sons of Anarchy is pretty cool. And Ryan Hurst is a great character. Ryan Hurst. Opie is a pretty cool character. And Ryan Hurst does a great job. I think Ryan Hurst to be a great Beta. You know, I would want someone to be a little bigger, a little, you know, taller. But he's going to tower over a lot of people, especially if they give him bigger shoes and they shoot it a certain way. A lot of people don't know that Sonequa Martin Green is 5'1", and she was pretty eye level with Michael Cutlitz, who's 5'11", I believe, maybe 6 foot. So 5'1" to 6 foot, that's a big height difference. But the way they can shoot things, they can still make things look awesome too. So we got some information about episode 9, I think 908, 909 around that time, and also 912. We're going to see Beta definitely in the second half, but we'll see what happens earlier than that. I would assume we're going to see Lydia, then Alpha, then Beta. So I would think that we're going to see that play out just like the comic connection with it too. And I kind of wish they would do something a little different on the show. You don't have to do everything exactly to a T. We can do a lot of good things. You can mix it up a little bit. You can have a little thing that's just for the show. The Walking Dead has a lot of good things, comic related and show related. Daryl, Jerry, Simon, Tara's okay. You know, Carol's transition, Morgan's transition. The characters are there, but different. I like the little twists and turns, and we need more of that. We need to have more of that on the show. We need to have, you know, different things. Anne and Jadis is not. That's kind of a weaker one, so it's kind of funny for to see how it all connects. But Janet Person, Q&A, Brian. I know we've talked about this before, but do you think Eric the Walker is going to come around? So I hope so, Janet. I really do. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be a little upset because I think, like, why did they leave it open? Why did they just have Eric walk away in the middle of nowhere if they're not going to bring him back? You know, they should have just had Aaron put him down and move on with it. But the fact that Aaron lost his hand, lost his forearm, that was pretty awesome. I think that would be pretty cool. I think Aaron being the new Rick lookalike is pretty cool. And Angela Kang talked about that. Aaron is not going to be the new lead or the new role leader. He's going to just look like comic Rick, you know, just by chance is what she said. Group of Gamers Inc. 194, thank you for the super chat. You think they would change up who's in the border? I think so. So I think you're talking about the Pikes, the heads on Pikes border. I think so. I think, like, I could see Cal being on there. I could see Nabila. I could see, you know, Regina. I could see some Saviors, some Oceanside people, some Hilltop, you know, maybe Scott, maybe smaller characters like that. I know it's, well, we haven't seen it happen yet. And if you've seen the art that was the concept art that was supposed to be in the trailer, it's the heads on Pikes with Norman Reedus' name. And so that's a big teaser and a big spoiler because that's probably going to happen this season. And I think it needs to happen. And it needs to be awesome. It needs to be epic. It's probably going to be in the season 9 finale. I think that would be pretty crazy to see whose heads are going to be on the Pikes. Is Ezekiel's going to be on there? Is Rosita's? Is it going to be comic? Is Tara going to be on there? I think it's going to be smaller characters with one bigger person. You know, the fact that Cal is still alive is different than the comics because Cal died in the war. And to me, Cal is Asian and so is Glenn. So besides the fact that they're both Asian, Cal is wearing a blue shirt, facial hair, and longer dark hair. Looks pretty much spot on like Glenn in a lot of pictures. And I talked about that. Not the fact that they're both Asian, but that's a connection where they look like each other, obviously. But the facial hair is pretty spot on. It's a little mustache and a little, you know, little hair on the chin there. And the blue shirt and the way it looks like it, you're like, oh man, is that the new Glenn kind of for the show? But we'll see. Maybe it's Eduardo who dies. There's just smaller characters, but I want to see Saviors. Saviors are coming. Whispers are coming. And I like Cal. It's kind of funny when he kind of stood up for Maggie, but you know, it's just kind of a funny thing where we're talking about it and discussing it. Is Cal going to be the new Glenn? Could be. So yes, Glenn is Korean. Good. How do you not know? How do you know that Cal isn't? Cal could be Korean as well. I mean, we don't know his actual if he's Chinese or Japanese or Korean or whatever. But it doesn't matter. It's just kind of a discount Glenn. That's funny. But it's just kind of interesting. Like, of all people, Jerry you could have had Jerry. You could have had Eduardo. You could have had Jesus. You could have had anybody there. You could have put him in a different shirt. Could have had different facial hair or no facial hair. The different haircut. He had a totally different haircut before the war. Pretty funny to see that too. So Alden could be on the wall. He could be on the border. He could end up with Maggie. We'll see what he wants to do. But I kind of wish that the Whispers were. I kind of wish the Whispers killed Justin, but that's not happening. It's Oceanside, which is kind of cool. It's a nice little twist, but that kills my theory of Justin being his face being used as a whisper, like a whisper skin. That would have been kind of cool, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Justin's body and the future of this season. I'm excited for it. Janet Person, Q&A Brian, do you think Maggie will take Michonne's story from the comic and go pirate for a while? I think her pirate idea is the Georgie connection. So I think that's what's going to happen with Maggie. Maggie will be back in season 10, and they need Maggie to come back. I like Maggie. I think Maggie's a good character. I think Maggie's a person that is, we need to have people from prior seasons. We need, if you're thinking about it, Daryl and Carol are going to be the only ones from the original Atlanta group. Morgan is not considered an Atlanta person. He was never in Atlanta with the group. Even though Morgan is there, he's on Fear the Walking Dead right now. But Morgan, if he comes back around, you have Morgan, Daryl, and Carol are the original people, which is crazy to think. And then since Herschel's farm, who's left? Maggie? Well, Maggie's gone, At the end of season 2 is when we saw Michonne, but season 3, a lot of differences, a lot of different twists and turns. Hopefully Carol, I could see Daryl being the last man standing. That just makes the most sense there is. And Carol being involved. I would love to see Henry be a big part of the show, be a bigger character, because young Henry was annoying. Young Carl was annoying, but then they grow into a bigger character and a character that you actually like. And hopefully, Henry can do something like that too. I would love Judith to actually be a character that, grows into something. That'd be pretty cool. So if she was a combination, well, Lori's terrible, but, if Judith was a little bit of Shane, a little bit of Michonne, a little bit of Rick, and of course a little bit of Lori, that would be a pretty epic group. So if she's Shane, Rick, and Michonne in one, maybe Carol even helps her, and part Carol, man, Judith would be a beast. Judith would not be someone you would want to mess with in a zombie apocalypse. That'd be pretty awesome. And maybe she turns into be, Lara Croft of the zombie apocalypse. That would be crazy. Get her some bow skills. She's Katniss Everdeen. Judith could be someone that could be worth watching for the show. Would she carry the show? Probably not. Q&A Brian, do you think they screwed up Andrea's story and should have kept her alive? Well, I think the stuff with the governor should have never happened. Andrea could have developed into a better character. She was pretty annoying in seasons 1 and 2, and then the whole governor thing, I thought she was pretty annoying. Andrea and Lori are my top 2, and then Jared is my third of the worst characters. But Andrea could have developed into something better, especially because she was so whiny and annoying and this. And when she shot Daryl, it was just like, all right, you don't listen, you do whatever you want. I still will stand by to the day I die that I wish Shane and Andrea left the farm to come back and help them at the prison. And then Andrea could have been a better character. Shane could have came and helped out. Maybe got killed in the lineup instead of Glenn and Abraham. It would have been awesome. There would have been a lot of things he could have done. Shane could have came back at some point, or it could have been he could have died at the prison. But Andrea, I like the idea of Michonne and Rick together. I like Michonne. I don't think that's a stretch. I don't think it's a reach. I like Ezekiel and Carol. I like how they balance each other out. I even like Nabila and Jerry. It's a nice little, the love connections of the zombie apocalypse got to be there. You got to repopulate the earth and continue to have, build for the future and civilization. So relationships have to happen. Excuse me. So I'm going to go for a couple more minutes, guys. But, yeah, it's been a very good chat. We had that one little bump in the road with somebody coming in here saying, no book stuff. I will never buy your books. Your books are nothing to me. Walking Dead stuff only. Come on now, people. That's ridiculous. But I'm proud of the book series. I'm proud of the channel. I'm proud what we have accomplished here, guys. We do a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff here, and we have a lot of fun. And hopefully we can grow and have that 100,000 subscriber mark. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Eric, do you think Oceanside should ever have been included? Yeah, I like Oceanside. I like Cindy. I like Beatrice. I haven't seen that little one, Rachel, the one that kicked the walker in the nuts and then stabbed it in the head, which is like, bam! I haven't seen her. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I don't mind Oceanside. Oceanside's okay. It's a nice little twist, a nice little difference on there too. I don't mind a lot of people there as well. But there you go, guys. I'm going to go for Paige. How do you think Enid has changed after Carl, the war? I think she's a good character. I like her doing the medicine. I like her amputating Aaron's arm. That was kind of cool. A little far-fetched, but pretty cool. Worst first day ever for any job. Enid's had to amputate Aaron's arm the first the first day of your work. You're like, all right, great. That'd be terrible. You know, your first day as a licensed doctor, and you're like, all right, got to do this massive operation here. You're like, okay, let's get to it. If you can do that, she can do anything. I hope Enid stays on for a while. Hopefully, she becomes a character that we like. And I don't mind Enid. I'm Caitlin Nakin is pretty cool. Met her on the cruise, and she's nice. She can sing. She's definitely got talent. I know she came out with a song. I haven't checked it out, but she can definitely for sure. But yeah, she did it by the book. That's for sure, guys. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to cut it there after this one. Jay Geek, hey, do you think that Rick's death would be a mix of theories that were leaked, like a whisper will kill him, then he walks into Alexandria? I just think he dies by the bridge or around there. I don't know what happens with Alexandria because I don't really know if Andrew Lincoln was seen around Alexandria at that time, around episode 905. I know Norman Reedus was. We talk about that in a whole video on there. But we'll see what happens. We're getting closer there. Tonight is episode 903, and then episode 904, and then episode 905. So again, guys, next week, I will not have a live stream. I will be at Walker Stalker Atlanta getting videos, getting a bunch of information there. I'm going to try and post some videos from the hotel, but it doesn't always work well for it. I'll try and do a couple things here and there, but with the convention and this and videos and, you know, we're doing tours and going to the aquarium and going to the convention and going to the Senoia. It's going to be a lot. So I'll try to post some videos when I can, but I'll be posting stuff on Monday when I get back, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all that stuff. I'll be posting a lot of videos for sure. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream, enjoyed the enjoy the episode tonight. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. For those interested, you can check out my book series. I just find that funny now that some people are hating the book series. Probably the people who haven't even read the series. If you read the book series, then you might like it. You might enjoy it. I think you will. But you can check it out on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. We got paperback and digital versions. We have links to them in the description right there. You can go to book 1, Fight for Us. So it's Fight, the number 4, and then US for that. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Thanks, guys.